I talked about it in the Moorish science. There's a realm in the Grail mythology of something called the Mabinogion. And Mabinogion is this realm ruled by the goddesses and the priestess. And no man can get in there not unless he sheds the severe form of the ego and the severe form of whatever, what the embodiment of what makes us trapped down here in this physical based on the maleness. He has to become more like woman. It's not necessarily in the sexual aspect, or it is in the particular aspect of, and this is one that the woman has to also, he has to become less judgmental. It's one of the keys. That's one of the things that's stopping, we're talking DNA. And one of the things that's stopping the DNA is judgmental, and you got to become more like a child. Last time you was happy, it didn't take a lot of money to make you happy. It just took whatever situation in the environment you was in. You see what I'm saying? It took less things to make you happy. In so many words, there's this realm of the goddess. And you have to go to that particular realm. And when you go to that particular realm, you get freed. So in so many words, what we're talking about there, let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's a book coming from Oxford. Top-notch stuff. There's scholars from around the world. And this book came out, y'all all right? Yeah. I'm going to put a libation, but I just want to say this while I'm on the road. This came out in 2000, which is the year before the millennium, because the millennium was 2001, but either way it's the same thing. Some say 2000, some say 2001, but it's interesting. These things come out, they're not just books for sale. And it says, Goddess Who Ruled. Goddess Who Ruled. Edited by Elizabeth Bernard and Beverly Moon. It's coming from England. And what they're saying here is the realm that we got to focus on is we got to get back to the goddess realm. And I know what I'm talking about because the research, this stuff, I've been on this thing a while, but it's working. It's starting to work. Which I'm saying here is, in my life, there's goddesses that show up. That's why you see half these pictures up here. They'll show up, and all of a sudden my situation will change, and I'm at a whole nother level. You see what I'm saying? So I know we are trained to look at everything based on social, economic, and the mundane level, and we say, I don't understand how this can be. But trust me on this one. Everything is changing. The terrain is changing. And what is up has to go down, and what has been suppressed, you see what I'm saying, has to come, but it has to be something new. I'm going ahead of myself. So there's a reason why they wrote this book, Goddess Who Ruled, because the scholars or whatever were saying, no, we got to find out what is this particular stuff that we have excluded in this male-dominated Western culture. And they got goddesses from Lakshmi to Oshun. They made sure that we going to put the Africans up in here. They got Heru, Egypt. They got Tara from Tibet. They got some Japanese. They said, we got to do this in some serious stuff. So it's a book called Goddess Who Ruled. And it's a concept. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to give you the version of the concept based on, it's ironic like how I find the book, but I'm going through this stuff in the research. You see what I'm saying? And I had a book on the shelf. I had a book about 4 years, but I'm going through this stuff in the research, and it all lines up. You see what I'm saying? You see, I haven't read half the book, but I'm saying, because I don't want to say that my stuff is coming from this, because I haven't read half the book, but what I did read, you see what I'm saying, is saying there is a seriousness on this particular part, as far as goddesses who rule, and in so many words, we're not talking about a physical aspect, it's talking about a mind, you see what I'm saying, a state of mind and a concept. We're going to get into all that today when we go into the, because we got a lot of pictures and stuff.